This episode is brought to you by Whitaker Garage Doors, your one-stop shop for all things garage doors, proudly based in Peekskill, New York. Your home is a direct reflection of your personal style, and let's face it, your garage doors are the first thing people see when they pull up your driveway. Whether you're looking for the timeless charm of a classic carriage house door or the clean, sleek look of a basic wood finish, Whitaker Garage Doors offers traditional options for every taste and budget. I can personally vouch for their incredible service. When I had my own garage doors done, I was blown away by their timeliness, professionalism, and overall respect for their clients. Jonathan, Cassara, and their entire team are top-notch, and they really go the extra mile to ensure you're happy with the final result. So if you're in the market for a new garage door or need some repairs, give them a call or find them on Instagram at Whitaker_doors. Don't forget to tell them you're a friend of Dave's over at the No Snooze podcast. Whitaker Doors. You won't regret it. Now, back to the Epi. Adversity? Bring it. The struggle? I welcome it. Snooze on life? Never that. I am Dave Regina, and this is the No Snooze podcast. Come on.
Live from Wyndham Mounted, Big Reggie and Shawnee Diesel. Welcome to Late Night.
Listen, Summit 3 in the books, baby. Highly caffeinated. It feels good, my brother. We did it again.
It's in the books.
You guys finished out representing 30 men over a weekend. What were some of the challenges that you guys faced?
Where do you want us to start with the challenges, man? So running any level of an event, a business, I think is super challenging, right? But the first thing that you think about when you're on the way up here, when you're planning the weekend, is the camaraderie of the men. So I would say one of the most challenging parts for us was really figuring out who to room together, who is gonna, establish a meaningful connection, and how can we add value to the individuals who we know need ACE. And everybody needs ACE. We need ACE included, but there are specific things that we knew that we had to bring to the table when the guys are sharing their vulnerabilities with us. Sean and I have an obligation to meet these guys exactly where they are and then find some level of inspiration, motivation, and really a plan of action for them to go home and attack.
I would look at the most challenging pieces probably logistics, number one. This is our first time doing this without any event coordinator, right?
Yep.
So Dave and I were in charge of everything from top to bottom outside of the food. Planning things is a difficult task in itself. And I think when you're transitioning from different locations, areas, so you got cars, you're going to different places, coming back, showering, downtime. You don't want to flood guys too much because you want them willing, able to accept that, breakthrough that's going to happen if they're feeling fresh and good. That's, I think, the second piece is when you look at breakthrough, transformation, all that stuff, we set a foundation and a framework for that to happen, but we can't make it happen.
Right.
And the challenge is to make guys feel comfortable enough, safe enough to share that thing they've kept in for 10 years, to open up to someone they never would have. Thank God they were. And, I think the way we do it is we set the platform. We share our vulnerabilities. We share our struggles. We don't sit here from a podium and say, be like us, we're perfect. We share the tough times and how we got out of those things. And in exchange, they feel safe. And throughout that emotional roller coaster of a journey they go through from Friday to Sunday, they are able to accept that challenge to open up.
Yes, sir.
How do you guys handle the emotional toll that some guys have and then they bring to you? How do you guys manage still being able to give when so many guys are emotional?
It's part of the process now, right? But when guys are sharing their vulnerabilities with us, it becomes ours as well. And that's leadership, I think, right? Leadership is having the ability to understand where somebody is at and then seeing exactly how you can pour into that individual. But I'll be the first one to tell you that it's very heavy at times. You know, guys are sharing very intimate things. And it's just a blessing to have a platform through Ace that men can be outside chopping axes 1 second and then inside, you know, for lack of better words, shedding tears with the guys that are next to them, because that's exactly what's happening. And I think that's also one of the most challenging things too, is because we have our own vulnerabilities to share, right? And certain struggles that we have in our own relationships, and you know, me as a father, Sean in business, levels of anxieties that we go through, right? So it's heavy to be completely transparent.
Yeah, it's super heavy. We've got like a running joke that like if you come to the summit, all you're gonna have is black coffee and Athletic Brewing Company, and now it's Wava water too.
That's right.
I'm sitting here drinking coffee because I can't sleep at night at these summits because of how much stuff is dumped on us, and I'm not complaining about that by any means. It's just what it is. But yeah, this stuff keeps me up at night, dude. Like we have a responsibility and an obligation to the community. And we put ourselves out there as leaders and say, hey, give us your problems. We're going to give you some tools to deal with those things. We don't have all the answers, but we're going to help you find some of them. It takes a big toll, man. It's taxing, but it's also it's symbolic of something special. And for those guys to feel safe enough to share their deepest, darkest secrets. I mean, I had guys today tell me, and I'm sure you had it all weekend too, like literally coming up to me dead in the eye, brother, you changed my life. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, I changed your life. Like, and it's heavy, bro. It's heavy to accept that responsibility. But we're setting that stage for people to experience that. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
I said it the other day when we were outside by the fire. I literally stopped everybody because I was like, yo, does everybody feel that? Because I was physically feeling it in my heart, how heavy the conversation was.
Yeah.
But like Sean was saying, it's something that comes along with it. And then even from a data perspective, right? Like a lot of the guys wear these whoops or some level of a fitness band. There were guys that were coming up to us. One of them was a speaker that was here, right? And he was like, dude, my whoop is showing that I worked out 4 times today.
Yeah.
Because of the emotions that were behind some of the conversations and how it was igniting certain feelings within his body and his, you know, in his brain that was registering on his whoop as a workout. And that's why we're here, because anxieties, depressive thoughts, negative self-talk is very prevalent in the world, and a lot of people go through it. So we challenge the guys to talk about it and go through it, but then hopefully come out, you know, the other side when they leave here and they start their Monday off when they leave.
Yeah. Just one more follow-up on that. Like, I'm thinking through. I mean, we have so much to download. I mean, we're what? I don't even have my watch on. We're probably 20 minutes outside of finishing the East Summit right now. And we have to download and recap and go through all these thoughts and emotions. But like one of the biggest pieces for me, and we're very strategic about this, is we do the meditation, the visualization. I can't say that word. The guided session on the last day in particular, because guys go through so much throughout Friday, Saturday, early Sunday. And me specifically, I finally was able to have 20 minutes where I was able to block the noise out. Didn't have to think about what the next session was. Didn't have to think about if that guy's experiencing the breakthrough, if this person's sitting next to who he should sit next to, because they need each other in that conversation. And I sat there, and after I was able to block out the noise of, you know, my monkey mind and the racing thoughts, I started just crying, man. And these heavy emotions came over me, and I was able to feel it for the first time this weekend. And I'm gonna go through a lot of that this week and weeks to come. But that was a heavy toll and a beautiful one too.
You guys have figured out a formula that works, but you guys can't manage everything. So how do you guys delegate tasks, or do you even delegate tasks?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate enough to find the framework for ACE, which in very simple terms to understand is challenge, learn, and serve. Those are our 3 core pillars of Action Cultivates Excellence and what we do. But we've also gotten to the point to where Sean and I, we trust our team. right? From everything logistically, from, the guys behind the camera, right? We had Claudio Valenzuela of Kai Visions. He brought Justin Sanchez. We had Michael Press running the Instagram clips. So we're able to rely on people, right? And then from the business side of things, we have Joe Kay, Nick Menente, Pat Damiano, Alan Collins, who are all men who understand exactly what the vision is. And there's something to be said about that, because a lot of men have too much pride to fully dive into someone else's vision, right? And really the main vision of this all is really bridging the gap between masculinity and vulnerability, and teaching men that it is okay to not be okay, to have a safe space that you can go through an emotional roller coaster, but also like come out and do some dog things. So we rely heavily on those specific guys, Sean O'Connor as well.
Yeah.
Right. And, you have to go through the ACE framework and really buy into that vision for us to then see if you're really about that life or not.
Yeah.
And those specific guys have done an incredible job at really leading the charge, to the point that, when they speak, we take a step back and we listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, and I'll speak on just our partnership, because I fully agree with everything you just said about the team, and we would be nothing without the team. But I think the other piece is like, we have no ego, and in terms of each other, we let the other person shine when they're shining, and we don't butt in when that's happening, because when gold strikes, the last thing you want to do is interrupt it. And we do a very good job at that. You give me my time of day when I'm going, and when I see you are just like changing people, and their faces glaze over and they're like, what their eyes light up, I'm like, oh, he's on it right now, like we're not stopping here. But logistically, and curveballs that come out throughout the weekend, like we have to be able to make decisions on the fly, and whatever decision you choose to make, I trust it, and whatever decision I know that I have to make, I know you're gonna say, dude, this is what we gotta do. If you believe it's true, let's do it.
Yeah, to that same point, there was a very wild situation that happened the other day, where I guess what was going on, somebody said something that I knew you didn't approve, right? I knew that you didn't give approval on it, but the first response that I said, I was like, unless Sean gave the okay to this, then you gotta figure it out, because it was something that I didn't think that I would approve, but I trust you so much that although it was so far against what I thought, and in my heart, I didn't really think that you gave the approval, but I still love and trust you so much that I was like, listen, if Sean gave the approval on that, go ahead. Then come to find out you didn't give the approval. So we had to shift.
We had to deal with that.
We had to shift in a different direction. But
what was the common theme this year?
Simplicity.
What was simple? what was simple here? I love it. I'm tuned in.
Oh my God. If you listen to all the guest speakers.
Yes. Oh, yes. Okay.
That was the simplicity.
Yes.
We think all of life's success has to be this complicated formula, and Savvy Piscatelli, Mike Young, Gary Gaines, the common theme was simplicity. We overcomplicate things. We make things harder than they have to be. So from the ELT perspective, the common theme and I think message was simplicity. When you look at what guys were dealing with, I would say shame, guilt was a big one this time. And that's not always the case, but those were two of the big struggles that stood out to me.
Yeah, Sabby and Gary, they were spot on with their message. Their alignment is crazy. Two incredible leaders in their space.
Yeah.
But really focused on the consistency and the discipline and the importance of healthy habits and structure and doing what you really always hear, but then giving their gold of their formula that you typically don't see out. They poured into our 30 guys. But one of the big takeaways on that same point was Mike Young. We were having a conversation with him right up here, and I was talking to him about the loss of his wife and the mother of his children and how hard that was. And his response was, it's not difficult. She's with God. Right? And you've done the same thing with your father to where when he passed away, of course you feel that emotional roller coaster, but I think you and Kevin and your family, you guys do such a great job at that, where you know he's protected, he's in this safe, healthy place. It's the people on earth that are really suffering.
Yeah.
But you take the worst thing in the world, which I would identify as death, right? Especially to somebody you love. And the message was really like, you know, yeah, it hurts, but she's with God.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
You guys pride yourselves on the sponsorships that you bring in, but you really highlight the community sponsorships that you guys have. And what I mean is, you have Nike, you have Lululemon, but you guys really like to highlight the ones that you know are internal within the community. So can you guys speak on why that's so important to you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out to Balanced Nutrition. Shout out to Shepherd Wealth, Stefano Law, HGRN, Steve Pad.
Yep.
Who else we got?
Whitaker Doors.
Whitaker. Pat Damiano, Ice and Iron, Caliber, Hollow,
Caillou Vision.
Kai, 2186 Studios. I think it's because that's what built it. Like, community built this. Relationships built this.
Yep.
Sure, we have the framework. Sure, we put on the events. We facilitate everything. But what grows the movement? It's the community. It's the people. And we had so many amazing people in a short span of less than 2 years. Believe in us so much and believe in the mission that's needed so much to say, hey, we're gonna back you guys, whatever it takes, we're on board.
Yep. And just to piggyback that on Whitaker Doors, right? They were a repeat sponsor, and they were one of the first ones to truly believe in us. You know, from a financial standpoint, the way that they just bought into the mission was a beautiful thing, right? And Jonathan and Cassara from Whitaker Doors, we can't thank them enough. But also, that's somebody that like we'll never forget,
Yeah.
right? Because although you have the Nikes, although you have the Lululemons, the Rivians, those are Fortune 500 companies. But the individuals who believed in us right from the start are the small businesses. And that's something I think we are very loyal individuals, almost to a fault at times. But with this, we will never not include small business, and Action Cultivates Excellence. And honestly, even in the expansion of ACE, right? And when we hit different states and we start out in New Jersey and then we start traveling, we're gonna find those small businesses that are in that same community, because that's what built this. And I think anybody out there that is starting anything, of course you wanna go to the moon, we always say it. But those that forget where they really started at the very beginning are those that will fall very quickly. And I think we do a great job of making sure that we're inclusive of that.
Yeah.
Final question. Sean, your brother came for the first time, but he's been around everything for a while. You guys had a very intimate moment, and you got kind of emotional when you were giving out the award and his acts. Just talk us through why that was emotional for you.
I just had to take a deep breath right now. Damn. I mean, Kev, bro. Kev's my guy. It's just like, he's been with me since day one of his life. I'm only 2.5 years older than him, but we've been through so many ups and downs. And he's someone that I think at a young age struggled, and at a young age I didn't. And I think the roles reversed, because once he started figuring his shit out, I started screwing up more, you know? And now we're both on a beautiful track of, growth and clarity and love and family. And, just like we've really aligned so much. So to see him here and really get to experience, I didn't even want to be around him that much, because I didn't want him to feel that I was hindering any of his growth, or, holding him back from saying something, or someone else saying something to him because of me. So I tried my best to not be around him too much, during some deeper moments, and let him do what he does. And the result was guys coming up to me last night, Saturday night, and they were like, dude, I got to tell you, your brother changed everything today. He changed the way I looked at it.
Changed my life.
Yeah. That one guy said he changed my life. I mean, you heard it today in the vision that Ian Garfinkel gave. Like, he's like, I saw your your brother. I saw Kevin in this vision on the top of the summit leading me up the way alongside each other. And they were able to exchange so much value and love for each other and help each other through something kind of similar. They both were dealing with stuff with their fathers, you know, my father and then Ian's father. So, yeah, man, super special, dude.
I just want to jump in on that. Just to the Degnan family in general, man. You guys are just some incredible people. I mean, you know, Kevin was obviously here, and I've had the opportunity now to get to know Kev on a much deeper personal level. But he's the most humble man that I know. And specifically when it comes to being involved around his brother's business. This is his brother who's the founder of Action Cultivates Excellence. If it's anybody who can potentially go anywhere for free, do anything, it's Kevin Degnan. Kevin Degnan pays his way. Kevin Degnan supports everything that you do. Kevin Degnan participates in everything. And I think it's such a testament to the children that your mother and father raised. Obviously, I know Caitlin really well, but that level of humility is not taken lightly. And it's something that I see that we don't really talk about.
No, yeah.
I thought you were crazy when I saw his payment come in. I'm like, what's going on? Why is he paying for this? And he's like, nah, bro, like, it's just what it is. And I think that's just a real testament to kind of the whole family as a whole, man. And I'm grateful for Kev. And Kev, if you ever hear this, my brother, I'm very grateful for you, man.
Thank you.
Not if you ever hear this.
What?
Not if you ever hear this.
Well, I don't know. Where's it going?
It doesn't matter. I'm sure he's gonna ultimately get it.
Oh.
He knows the guy.
Hey, listen, the one Sean is definitely not going to go back to Kevin. Yo, man, Dave said he's so grateful for you. That's definitely not happening here.
Congratulations to you both on your third summit. Dave, what are you leaving here with? And then Sean, that'll be the same question to you.
Oof. It's a great question. What am I leaving here with? What? Hey, cooking, content cooker. I'm leaving with a lot, man. I'm leaving with a lot of encouragement. I'm leaving with a lot of inspiration. I'm living with a lot of proof. I'm leaving with a lot of proof of what we're building, man. Like this, Sean and I are, we believe in ourselves and we believe in Ace for sure. But I think this really solidifies where we're headed with this whole thing. So I am leaving here with a newfound love for the journey.
Yeah.
And, you know, I truly mean that because you always hear like it's not the destination, it's the journey. And Katie, my wonderful queen, had to remind me of that because it's something we forget so often. So even when the logistics behind the scenes were going wrong, there was never one level of panic on my or your behalf. I'm leaving here with a group of probably 18 new guys that came here who are now my brothers, and the relationships, and I can't wait to continue to pour into them, but I'm also leaving here with a whole new depth of knowledge that I didn't have coming in because I had an opportunity to learn from these guys, and that's something I think that's also special, right? Like we get to obviously lead the charge here, but we're flies on the wall. We're sponges. So, I mean, without continuing like to 50 things, those are some of the things that I'll be leaving here with.
I said it downstairs, and it's funny because like looking back at my bachelor party, when we did this wasn't a regular bachelor party.
It was a wellness party.
It was, yeah.
We hiked every mountain. We went in cold plunges. We went to the gym.
We were doing reflection discussions. I mean,
gratitude dinners.
Crazy. And I said this at the bachelor party. I said it downstairs too. Like, both of us have a level of like childlike instincts or something in us that like we love to have fun. And like last night was a cool example. Like Dave was on his phone in his bedroom, and I just saw the way he was moving that night and whatever. And like I got up, and it was like we were two little kids back in like the bunk beds. And I walk into his room, and I'm just like, bro, we did it again. Like, and
we got the formula, we got the key.
Yeah, we got the formula, we got like, and I think both of us feel that a lot. And sometimes we don't allow it to come out because we are in leadership positions and we have to facilitate, we have to lead, we have to, all the things. But those little small moments is a reminder, something like talk about takeaways, like it's a confirmation that like we have to keep having fun because this is so fun. Watching people change their lives is the best thing ever. But how they do it is going on freaking hard runs, cold plunges, chopping wood, like busting balls, like, it's like fun stuff that I think a lot of guys in society forget once they get out of college, once they get out of school or whatever. As you get older, I think responsibilities build up, anxiety builds up, and we lose sight of that stuff. And my bachelor party, the ACE Summit, again, like it's a confirmation and a reminder that we have to continue to do that because that makes us who we are. Happiness it's a formula and a key to success, Something else I'm walking away with is confirmation that this is our life work. Like it is. I truly believe we are the best in the world at this. We've done it 3 separate times with 3 separate groups of people, and every single time we have people literally changing their lives. And it's not because of me and you, it's because of the platform and the community and the formula. So it's a confirmation that this is our life work and that we are on the right path.
And before we wrap, I just want to say thank you to every attendee that came out, every brand partner, the speakers, Sabby, Gary, Mike Young. It takes a lot to put, an event like this on, and the magnitude of kind of how we've been doing it. Thank you to Union and Post down in the Catskills for all of their hospitality. The staff was tremendous, just so kind and genuine. And thank you to you, man. I know we spoke before and we got an opportunity to share in front of the guys, but I'm a man of faith heavy. And, one of the best compliments that I can give you is what I shared downstairs of, people used to always wear those WWJD bracelets of what would Jesus do? And constantly throughout my days and my life, I'm asking myself, what would Sean do? I wrote it in the book. You're the best leader that I know. I am blessed and honored to lead alongside of you. And I love you and I trust you. And it's to the moon, man.
Yeah.
I mean that.
Yeah, bro. I received that, and I'm gonna work on taking that in. But I agree with you, bro. It's special, bro. I think God put us together for a certain reason, and it's to impact millions of lives. As I said downstairs at the award ceremony too, like you're a role model to me, bro. Like I know we lead alongside each other, but it's just like we live the coolest lives, bro. And my life is way cooler with you in it. So I love you, bro, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man. And listen, again, thank you to everybody. But what's crazy is I believe that one day all of this is going to be on a documentary or a film of some sort.
Totally.
And we can't do that without Claudio Valenzuela, without Kai Visions, and this specifically this long form content that you and your team now with Justin come into these summits and record the entire thing,
the whole weekend.
You know what I mean? And I know it's hard for him to see, but it's all going to come full circle, right?
Totally,
because
bro.
he's out here and he's putting in this work, and then even when his counterpart wants to get sick and not show up to pieces of the summit, it's all going to be really cool when it's documented in this long form.
We'll get a Netflix producer as an attendee one of these days.
And right.
And one more thing, 2026, April 25.
Oh yes.
Health is Wealth, Westchester County Center, in partnership with Action Cultivates Excellence, Dave Regina and myself. Health is Wealth, the largest fitness, health, wellness, and financial literacy expo in one day, coming to a damn city near you, Westchester, New York.
Yeah, man. And on that same token, right, thank you to Westchester County.
Yes.
Going to be an official sponsor, Westchester County Parks specifically.
Yeah.
just sponsoring that event with us, a co-sponsor on the event, you know, allowing us to come in and take over the Westchester County Center, which is the biggest arena in Westchester, I would think.
Yep.
Don't quote me on that. Definitely the most historic, right? And I don't know if it's ever been done to that level where you have a private public partnership like that. But the fact that local government is backing what we're doing with Action Cultivates Excellence is something that we do not take lightly.
No.
But then also it's inspiring because why wouldn't the state and federal government sponsor this?
Yeah.
They will someday. My brother. Claudio, that's a wrap, my brother. Thank you. Get us out of here, baby.
Son.
It's like a shot in your crotch.
Nothing but crotch.
Nothing but crotch. That NBC, baby.
Whose is this? Is this Sharon's?
Thank you guys for tuning in. That's another Epi in the books. You can follow us on Instagram at No Snooze Podcast and leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, No Snooze. Shop the latest merch at nosnoozeshop.com. Come on.